Alola everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokedex Guide. My name is PhillyBeatzU, and in these guides we take a look at all the places where we can find these Pokemon and how to get them so that we can fill up our Pokedexes so that we may be able to get that lovely shiny charm. You can use this guide to hunt for shinies, you can use this guide to just get the Pokemon you want with the right nature, do whatever you want with this guide, but I'm here to provide you the information so that you can catch Pokemon successfully and know where to catch them. In this episode, we will be taking a look at Route 13. I hope you guys liked the little touch-up I did to the thumbnail. It's a little different than the other ones, so yeah, let's get started with this video. So here we go, guys. This is all taking place on Route 13 now. Route 13 is a small route where people usually take a break in the Alola region before going through the Hyena Desert. Now, of course, this looks kind of like an oasis, and it's pretty nice and relaxing. You'll also find Plumeria in this area as well, and many trailer little houses on the side, and you can find some Team Skull members inside of these trailer houses. Now, it's kind of cool because it's like an oasis with the water in between, in the center of it, with the little palm trees and everything. But, of course, that center is not where you can fish. If you look at the picture on the left, you head straight south down, and then you get the picture on the right where you get this edge, and on that edge is where you can do your fishing in the Pokemon game, that little rock over there. Now, something to note, when you see all the percentages at the bottom, the first number, or that first percentage, is reference to Pokemon spots that do not have bubbling. Now, something that you guys need to always remember, when there is no bubbling, you have a higher chance of getting Magikarp. As you can see, with no bubbling, you have a 1% chance of getting a Bruxish, a 20% chance of getting a Wishy-Washy, and a 79% chance of getting a Magikarp. Now, when it starts to bubble and you see like little white bubbles around that stone area in that picture on the right, Bruxish will then increase to 30%, Wishy-Washy will also increase to 30%, and Magikarp will decrease down to 50% in appearance rate, which is really good in my opinion. So if you're trying to get a rare Pokemon, do not disturb the spots, don't run really fast, go slow, get the bubbling spot, and you'll be able to catch Bruxish. Now, the most important part about this route, of course, is getting Bruxish, and Bruxish has a 1% chance without the bubbling, and with bubbling 30% chance. And of course, once you get Bruxish, you can start chaining for shiny Bruxish if you want over there. That's what this fishing spot is most noteworthy for, and Bruxish appears here first before the other routes you encounter. Bruxish also shows up on Route 14, Route 15, and the Secluded Shore, but this would be the first spot if you wanted to grab yourself a Bruxish. Now, Magikarp also is here, and of course it can SOS call in Gyarados. Wishy-Washy will just SOS call in Wishy-Washy, and Bruxish, like I said, will call in Bruxish as SOS. Now, while we're at it, we might as well take a look at Bruxish and see, what we can do with Bruxish. So here we go. I'm going to open this up for you guys, and boom, here's Bruxish. Now, Bruxish is a water psychic type, and something I really wanted you guys to pay attention to are the abilities. Now, the first ability is pretty amazing, Dazzling, as it prevents the opponent from using moves with increased speed priority on this Pokemon. So Pokemon that start off with maybe a Bullet Punch or Sucker Punch, all these moves, or that Talon Flames with the Gale Wings and it comes at you with that Brave Bird, all these hard priority, speed priority moves are going to be reduced when it comes to using Bruxish with Dazzling. Now, Strong Jaw is another ability where it increases the power of biting moves by 50% chance, but I don't think that's much of a big deal because there's better options for Pokemon with physical attacking. Now, Wonder Skin I think is actually probably the most interesting ability when it comes to Bruxish. Now, Wonder Skin makes non-damaging moves that are targeted at this Pokemon have the accuracy of 50%. That means if you use Bruxish when it comes to Pokemon who start to set up, want to throw down those toxic spikes, throw down those regular spikes, throw down those stones on the ground, that's going to be pretty good. Even the Toxics on its own makes non-damaging moves that are targeted at the Pokemon have an accuracy of 50%. So those Pokemon that are trying to set up are going to have a difficult time going against Bruxish if you do that. And if you want to stop Pokemon, of course, use the Dazzling ability by breeding one of these down as well with that. Of course, it has a wild holding item of a Razor Fang as well, and these are the locations I said it was found on. Check this moon description out. It stuns its prey with Psychokinesis and then grinds them to a mush with its strong teeth. Even Shellder's Shell is no match for it. Now we take a look at some of the moveset. I personally think ones that work is throw a Confusion on there, maybe a Disable. You gotta annoy your opponent as much as possible. Maybe have a Psychic Fangs going as well, getting that stab boost off of that Psychic ability. that works out pretty well. And maybe you want a Toxic on it just in case, just to annoy Pokemon that are trying to set up. Personally, I'm not a fan of using it in terms of being my main attacker, but its attack is 105, so it does pretty good damage with its teeth that grind Pokemon to a mush. But yeah, mainly you guys can take a look at this site and see what you want to build with it. But I think the most important part when we're trying to hunt these Pokemon down is to note that Bruxish has these awesome abilities, Dazzling and Wonderskin, and this is the place, this is the location on Route 13 where you can get it. So guys, I hope this guide was useful for you on Route 13, where to find it. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe and comment down below what do you think is good for Bruxish, or what do you even think of Bruxish? Is it an ugly Pokemon? Do you like it? So I'm curious to know. Alright guys, I'll be seeing you guys in the next guide. My name is PhillyBeatzU, and I'm out.